Hello everyone, Gilles Corisa here. Um, yes, this has been reviewed, and I'm talking about the P PlayStation Classic. Um, I'm gonna agree with what that guy had to say. The guy that reviewed this game had to say, um, and I agree with him. I don't know who invested what. Um, the packaging was hard to open. I had a hard time that I ripped uh, um, most of the package just to open the system, and yeah, he was right. Anyway, um, I just bought it because one, I'm a PlayStation fan, and the funny thing about this is that when I actually got this game uh, cou- about a week ago when I went on a date with my girlfriend. Um, I was looking for a system because right now I don't have a PS3, so I'm not gonna be able to do or continue reviewing PlayStation 3 games at the moment, except for the ones I already played. Um, but yeah, so I was thinking, and I had two options. I could have gone for the Nintendo, which had 30 games, or the PlayStation. Now, I like Nintendo as well, but if you have the emulators on your computer, it would be kind of pointless to get it. So, I got the PlayStation Classic, and to my surprise, it came with two controls, um, the HDMI cable, and the uh, AC cable. However, it didn't have the plug for the for the game, so that's that had to be bought separately. However, it also came with 20 classic games. Um, for instance, Final Fantasy VII. I remember back then. I, I believe, yeah. Um, I think it was 1998 when I first heard about the PlayStation, and I always wanted to have one. So I convinced my mom to get me a PlayStation, and the very first game I asked for was Final Fantasy VII. And why I did that was because of maybe it was the first time I played Final Fantasy VII with a friend, or was it the demo that I played? Anyway, it became one of my favorite games, and I decided that that would be my first PlayStation game. So I got my PlayStation along with Final Fantasy VII, and boy, I had fun. The only thing is, there are times where you get frustrated depending on the mission you're doing. Like, I remember I had to take a long time just to pass this mission where Cloud you have to make Cloud dress up as a girl, and I had a hard time, so I had to actually um, look at the book. I used to have it back then. It's a shame I don't, because that book would definitely help me by now. Um, so yeah, it took me a while to get that mission. The one that I really, um, actually I didn't do it, but was getting the Knights of the Round. Actually, my friend did that, and it's a long process because you gotta do a lot of chocobo breeding. So yeah, and as soon as I finished the game, I was quite happy. It had a good ending. The next another game that comes here is where is Resident Evil Director's Cut. I remember during high school, I heard a friend had a Resident Evil Director's Cut, and I really wanted to have that game. So we kind of made a deal, and it took me about 5 weeks to finish off paying him because each week I would save about $5, and I would uh, give him the $5 every week. And I play Resident Evil, and believe me, it was worth it. Um, uh, what can I say? I finished. I used a guide because back then it was kind of difficult to go through things without knowing what you were supposed to do. I know most of us, like back then, used to use the Nintendo magazines for certain games, or the Sega magazines for certain things on the Sega games. Well, it was the same thing. I looked for the strategy guide. So yeah, I beat the game and got the extras and so on. Another game that is in here is the very game that got me into the Metal Gear series. I don't know if you guys remember about me talking about Metal Gear 5, the last game. Well, I didn't know much about Metal Gear, and I bought Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation. Ever since I played that game, I was like, man, this is this is great. I saw the end, passed it with my friend. We also played the second game for the PlayStation, but the game um, that I really enjoyed the most was Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty for PlayStation 2. But Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation, that's the game that got me into the Metal Gear series. I wish they had like Crash Bandicoot, because that was one of the original games, and Spyro the Dragon. Sadly enough, it wasn't available, but it also had Siphon Filter, which my friend gave me at one time. I enjoyed that game. It's one of the looks like one of the original classics. And of course, to all of you who played Twisted Metal, honestly, Twisted Metal Black is my game, a favorite game. But if you're talking about classics, That would be Twisted Metal 1 for PlayStation. So I'll leave you guys, and um, like I say, always say, if you have any comments, concerns, questions, if you like my videos, you know what to do. I'll be more than happy to hear from you. And uh, good night for now. And until next video, this is Diego signing off. Take care and peace out.